Hello guys, this is Rakesh here and I'm from IT University, a free open online university for students and for professionals. Guys, we are working on a playlist for Hadoop certification for a Cloudera Certified Associate 175. Let me open that as well for you. CAA 175. So here it is. Um, so CCA 175. And guys, we are working on this part where we have to join uh, two different data sets in Spark, and I'm going to do this activity um, on using Scala. So Python part has already been covered. You can see the videos here, right? The videos are here only, joining data sets using Python. So I'm covering the Scala part. So guys, in this video, I hope you have already followed the previous videos. And if you go to the Hive part, so in Hive you can see that there are two tables which we have discussed in the previous not the previous which so there are two tables. One is orders and the another is order items. How I got these particular tables is very simple, and it's very I got these from the same scoop commands which we had used in the previous videos. Let me show you. I think I have one like this one, guys, which was very simple. How one can import a Hive table, in which I had imported a orders table. Right? You can. So I had imported into the Hive. So it had gone into the default database. So the table name is orders, and same as that of order items as well. Correct. And the same, I have imported the same in Hive path as well as in Scoop import path as well. So where it is, so if you go to users, so there will be something called as Cloudera, then there will be something called as Scoop import, and you can see those two uh, folders for orders and order item. So guys, where I was, yeah. So if you can do a describe to the orders and do a describe to the order items, you can see that in order we have certain columns like order ID, which is int, order date, then order customer ID, and the status. So this is a parent table, right? So this is a base table called as order items, in which there is order item ID, order ID, which is nothing but a foreign key to this particular primary key, which is here in this orders table. Correct. So this primary key is reflected over here as a foreign key. Correct. So and then there's a order item product ID, order item quantity, order item subtotal, and order item product price, which is intervals. So there's one to many relationship between these two tables. So now if I have to do a join between these two tables, what do I need? Because I need two oddities. So we are doing a oddity join between these two tables. And if we are joining these two tables, there should be some common thing between these two tables. The thing which should be common should be the key. So in this table, what we have to do is in here for orders, this will be the key, and for order items this will be the key, and then we'll make some join, and then we would generate some business logic out of it. So guys, are you ready? Yeah. So I'll get out of high context, and I hope I have described these things like what uh, let me show you how orders looks like. So if you go to any part, so in here you can see that this is the order ID, the date, right? And what is the status? And what was all that? Yeah, order customer ID, which is here, and this is the date, right? And if you go to order items, in here you can see order, uh, what is that? Yeah, order item ID here, and order ID, which is same as that of order ID of order stable. This is the one which we were talking about, right? And then certain things like uh, the sub total and the uh, product price and quantity. What was the quantity? So what we will do is we'll make a join on these two tables. And for that, what do I need to do is simply I need to start the uh, Spark shell master local, right? So this is the first step. You need to start the Spark shell, right? So once you this is started, let me pause for a minute. So yes, it has started, right? You can see that version is 1.2.1, which will be used in your certifications. So what I'll do is I'll create two RDDs, one for orders RDD and another will be for order item RDD, which actually is nothing but it is taking that from the same uh, files which are present in scope import orders, right? So it has created a one RDD, which is a text file, and which is a mapped RDD. Guys, we'll try to explain everything like what is mapped RDD and what is reduced RDD in detail. But now we have two RDDs. One is orders RDD and another one is order items RDD, right? So the next step would be to get them into key pair values, right? So you guys remember that I said in my if you can remember that here. So in my orders is nothing but the first value or the first item in my like this is orders item. Here the second column or the second value after a comma uh, is a foreign key, which is a particular order ID for the orders table, which is nothing but here. If you can see orders, here it is. So in orders, it is the first, and in order items, it is the second. So if I'll copy paste it directly, okay. So you have seen that mapped RDD again, but in this RDD, the only difference is that it has created an internal map in which for the order table, I had used this whole of the record as a value, and the key is the order ID. And the same will go for order item order ID as well. So now we have two what do I say past RDDs from the previous RDD, which is orders ID and order items RDD, right? So now as we know that these both values uh, are same, so we can have a inner join on both of them. For that, what we need to do is we can have simple inner join. So it will perform a join on both. Now it has performed the join, and you can see the RDD formation is now int, string, and string. So if I say orders join order items dot collect dot take, mm, do we have take? So I would like to see the first five values only, right? Nothing else. So now you can see that in here I'm able to see the first. Uh, so I'm able to see the like five items, which are nothing but it has performed only random, you know. So here you can see the value, which is a key between both. Here you can see this is orders, right? So this is orders and this is order items, this one. So this is orders, this value, and this is order items, right? Same as that in this case as well. So this is orders table. First one is order ID, date, and the status, and then the another one is the whole scenario, what this is all about. So now guys, we have joined these two sets. Now what can I do with the last RDD, which is like join, which is a join RDD, right? So what can I do with that? So suppose I want to calculate what is the revenue per order per date. So what is the revenue per order per date? For that, you again need to see that what data is all about. Here, if you can see, this is my date, right? It actually shows me that for a order item ID 1 at this date, it has been closed, right? So the status is closed, am I right? And in this table, the another one which was order items, uh, here it is. You can see other items like what was the quantity and other stuff. Like here, if you can see that what was the quantity, right? Which is 1 2 3 4, fourth one, 1 2 3 fourth. What was the quantity? Am I right? And what was the subtotal, which is this one? Like if the quantity was, if one cost about 59 uh, dot 99, and if the quantity was 5, so this will be the subtotal, right? For this particular item ID 5. And I think this is it. Yeah. So suppose I want to calculate what is the revenue per day. So what do I need is I already had made a join. In the same join, what I need is in here. So revenue per order per day. So for every day, what was the uh, what I'll say is what was the um, revenue it has generated. So in that, what it will do is it will map through it, and it will look into the second part, which is nothing but here. If you can see that, which will look into the second part, which will come here, right? Inside it, it will again go for the second part, dot split. So what it will do is it will go for the second part in the same RDD, and inside it, it will again look for the second part of it, which is, so what it will do is, let me copy paste it for a minute, and let me grab this particular item ID for you, and then I would like to explain you how it will calculate. Oh, sorry, I think I did a mistake here. Again, I have run it. Give me a moment. Meanwhile, I would like to explain you what it will do, what this particular command will do. So guys, this is the particular script which you need to execute. Now, when I'll do a map, so we know that this is an array of many values, right? So I know that it is a join which we have done on order item and orders. So when I see T2 of 2, T of 2, which will be this particular cell, right? And then again 2, which would be what it would be. It would come over here because this was the orders. Remember that? And then what I want is I want to split and the first value. So I would extract this particular 182.186.24, then a comma, right? Because I'm creating a tuple over here. Then T dot 2 dot 1, which would be again 2 will be this, dot 1 would be this till here, and the fourth item would be 1 2 3 and 4. So this was the total number how many have been. So what was the total number at that day? We had total items, right? So if I'll run that, what I will get is I'll get nothing but 1 comma 18624, right? This is what I will get out of it. I hope you understood the whole how this particular command will work, right? So now let me pause it for a minute and let me create the RDs from scratch. Here it is. So if I'll copy paste this particular revenue per order per day, we right. So if I'll say revenue dot dot take, I'll say 5 only, then it should give me the result. Over here you can see that, right? So for the items, this is the result. Give me a moment. Yeah, sorry guys, I was a little mistaken over here because what it will do is so we are doing a revenue per order per day, and over here I forgot the index because it starts from 0, right? So if it is 1, what it will do is it will look over here from this and it will give us a date for that particular ID, which would be a date, and then what is the revenue, which is here, right? That this was the revenue it has generated. So ideally, so this should be the output, and this is the output which I am getting. But suppose I want to calculate what is the like if my ID, what ID has generated how many records. So in that case, it would be 0 over here and 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 should come over here. Like it will give me the ID and the number of particular item it has sold. So if I'll say items per order, and if I'll say items, right, it should give me the answer. You can see that, right? So these are the basic join which I had created. Guys, do follow our videos and our channel. There's lots of work which we have done in big data domain. Uh, so kindly subscribe to our channel. There's lots of uh, playlists which are available for you. Uh, these days we are working on Scala and uh, Scala part of Spark and Python part of Spark. So thank you guys. Thank you very much. Stay tuned.